Hey there, YouTube. How we doing today? Hope everybody's having a great weekend. I just wanted to touch base on a couple things real quick. Now, in my last video, and I'm trying to, it's pretty breezy down here today, so I'm actually trying to stay out of the breeze. But in my last video, we discussed these things here, the Illuminati cards, right? And I said that I think we're currently in this card right here, and we'll be moving on to this card, right? And I also mentioned the war in the Ukraine, and I don't think that's it. This will blow you away. It's just more of my zany stuff. And the other thing we touched on was this thing here, right? The storm is coming. Okay, so that's the sun, S-U-N, of man coming in the cloud, right? What I was depicting there. Okay, now, let's take a look here. That happened in 2017, he said that. Okay? This is where it's going to get crazy. So, well, we'll just cut straight to the chase, so to speak. Do you remember this happening? The whole bloody head thing with Kathy Griffin. Guess what year that was? 2017. Pretty amazing, huh? And to do one better, remember this little thing right here? The play in New York depicting Trump's death? Guess what? 2017. I'm just, you know, I don't make this stuff up. This is the stuff that has happened. And what else happened in 2017? Oh, you know, the great sign in the heavens, remember? So I just found all that to be a little coincidental, and I don't believe in coincidences. So, oh, look, there's Miss Maisie. She just turned 4 between the making of this video and the last video I put out. So I went down and bought her a nice ice cream birthday cake. She really liked it. So some other excerpts that I'm going to take from the news here. Because there again, people talk about the scripture, the script that's being followed in the Bible. Yeah, I'd say there's a lot of truth to that. Because who did I say? A long time ago I said this. Trump is playing the part of who? Jesus, right? Just saying. And basically that time frame, what happens, you know, on the day of Jesus's death, or maybe the day, I don't know exactly, right? That could have actually been the 3 days of darkness, his death to the rise, right? Who knows? All I do know is that you know, it's talked about in the Bible, Mark, Luke, even the book of Revelation. You know, we'll just come down here, Revelation 6:12 through 6:14, talking about opening the sixth seal, right? The sun became black as sackcloth, so the light, you know, it's not going to shine anymore. And the full moon became like blood. Okay? Pardon me. Now, I think it's in Isaiah, and I actually made note of that somewhere along the way, where it says, okay, Isaiah 13:10 says, the sun will be dark at its rising, and the moon not shed its light. It also mentioned the stars won't shine their light. So basically, we're going to be staring into the vast emptiness that is there now. Remember, I said there's nothing out there. It's all been destroyed. In fact, you know, you come right into here to Genesis, created the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep. There wasn't even a sun. It was all gone. Now, having said that, during his 2019 run, even Trump stated, right, I am the chosen one, made all the news. Okay, there's even another one from CNBC. Okay, they're all putting it out there, right? Now, that card, to kill for peace. Okay, so this came out of the latest, CPAC meeting that was, a week ago? Okay, so Trump says this is the final battle. Okay, and some of the other news stories that came out of that is, Trump stated, I am your retribution. And oddly enough, I don't remember where this article came from, but they're calling him the martyr. And that usually involves death. So the big question is, was the CPAC meeting symbolic of this right here, and that card's been played? Or is it going to be the Ides of March when that card is played? Now, the funny thing about it is, the reason I brought up the whole bit about the full moon and the death of Jesus, because the Bible makes it sound like it was an almost immediate thing. On the day of his crucifixion, all these things took place, right? The shaking of the earth, the sun became black, just like in the book of Revelation. Those two stories are the same thing. And it's what so now my guess is, if he truly is reported as dead, it's probably going to come from, like, say, an airplane crash. I don't think we're going to see the beheading or a big stage act. It's just going to come out on the news, right? That's how all that stuff happens. But I think once that card is played, this is a one-time deal thing, right? You know, the disasters going on, those could go on for a couple of days. This is a one and done thing. As soon as that person's dead, we move on to this card. Okay? Now, oddly enough, the Gregorian calendar, I've mentioned that one before, runs 13 days behind the Julian calendar. So on that calendar, the Ides of March is actually around the 28th, which puts us closer to our next full moon. The next full moon, since we've already had the one for March, April's full moon occurs, I think, around the 9th of April. So if that card waited till the 28th, 29th, the end of the month to be played, it could even be played on April Fool's Day. You know, who knows with these calendars and everything else. All I know is I find it coincidental, again, that we're moving into the Easter Passover season, right? Which represents what? The resurrection of death to life. So how ironic would it be that that particular time frame, our ascension, is buried within, a book that's repeated every single year out of falsehoods to help disguise when it's actually going to happen, is the way I look at it. Just like this disaster thing. Disasters have been happening, and shoot, Haiti got destroyed over 10 years ago. That wasn't the playing of this card yet. We had to get through all these others. So it's about timing. So when is this going to happen? I'm not sure. But, you know, I don't... You know, all this stuff comes out, and then it actually happens. And people talk about, oh, they put it in our face. They put it in our face. Well, yeah, they do. They're playing the story. So I'm not sure when this card gets played what we're actually going to see. You know, it may be that, you know, the sun doesn't come up. We stare into the vastness. It all rolls up like a scroll. Who knows? It could just be that blinding solar flash. It could be a little bit of everything. We could see some things, some pretty amazing things happen, and then the flash, and then we're out of here. Who knows? But again, I just found it kind of ironic that they're talking about Trump and the Ides of March. And in fact, right here, this is the latest one. This was actually come out of last month. Ides of March, Trump on trial. And that whole play in New York was, again, supposedly the death of Caesar, right? But they made it look like Trump. So will that happen on the Ides of March or that time frame? You know, we'll wait and see. But I don't know. I just find this all a little bit too crazy to ignore. I thought I would just throw some more zaniness out there for everybody. All right, so that's what I'm looking for there. Whenever it's going to happen, everything's going to happen when in the timing it's supposed to happen. Just like all this learning stuff, you know. I didn't put these events together till recently, so even, you know, what I get to download, receive, learn, whatever is all going to come in its timing too, apparently. So everybody enjoy your weekend. Love you all, and we'll chat later. All right, bye-bye.